Hello, friends, and welcome. Welcome to another review video of a beautiful vintage fountain pen. You probably recognize this little beauty from a previous unboxing of it. This is a beautiful Aurora lever filler from the 1920s. I simply love this fountain pen. As you can see, it is imprinted on the barrel Fabbrica Italiana di Penne a Serbatoio. I believe it translates to Italian manufacturers of pens with reservoirs, I believe. Maybe I'm mistaken. This little fellow, I bought it locally from a seller and I paid for it 365 lei, including shipment, which means I paid for it only 75 euros or 90 American dollars. When I saw this material, I thought to myself of Waterman, and I certainly knew that this is a wonderful, rare Aurora in this beautiful material. After I did a little research about the Aurora models, I found out that this model it is an ERA model. A-A-R-A. Lever loading. It is an acronym and it comes from AURORA A Riempemento Automatico. Aurora with automatic filling system. They were highly advertised and they had a great success in Italy but also in France. The initial Aurora models were all made of ebonite. Although the initial production presumably used only black ebonite, in 1924 the range was expanded with models in red and black flamed ebonite. So, I'm sorry, I don't think this is a hard rubber but a rather interesting material of ebonite. So, let's check this beauty out. First of all, I will start with the identification of the model. And I was quite fortunate to post it on a Facebook page, and some collectors suggested to me that on the back of the pen, of the barrel of the fountain pen, it is, you can see, it is engraved the name. So we have ARA number 3. So this was probably a smaller model intended for ladies. You can see the beautiful gold-plated trims, and I will start with the lever filler out here with this beautiful Aurora on it. Of course, unfortunately, it let me show you. It is not quite functional in the sense that I'm sorry about that. In the sense that you can see, I can pull it till this, and then it has some resistance. So this means the second side of it is dried up, is calcinated, and it needs a replacement sack. On the cap we have this simple, rather thick ring. And another beautiful detail that attracted me to this fountain pen is the clip. All the Italian clips, gold plated, were had this engraving 18KR. It doesn't mean that we have a solid gold clip, it's just gold plated, but it was gold plated, I believe, with the gold, 18 karat gold. And the details of these beautiful leaves here were a trait of the A.R.A fountain pens. They were elegant fastening ring clips mounted on the head of the hood, in which the rings were decorated uh, with laurel leaves. These decorations can be dated to the mid 1920s. Well, you might think to yourself, why did I pay this low sum of money for it? Well, indeed, this fountain pen is not original, because the most important thing, the nib, it isn't an original nib. Let's zoom on it, because it's quite a nice OMAS nib, beautiful gold plated, extra fine nib. On the back, it appears that we have the original feed from the 1920s, and it is quite in a rather good form. The engravings here are rather faded away, but they stood the test of time. Probably it is the oldest Italian fountain pen in my collection. I have several other models, but they are made in celluloid and they are from the 1930s and 40s. This is my first fountain pen in this beautiful combination, and I bought it entirely for its body. Of course, in time, I think I will find a matching original nib, and of course, I will replace the inner sac. But till then, I will leave its dimensions on the screen. I don't have similar fountain pens in my collection, so I can't show you a comparison with other models. This is a beautiful Aurora from the 1920s with the lever filler. It's not an eyedropper, but a lever filler, and it's quite a nice fountain pen. So you saw its dimension. You saw it is quite a small fountain pen. Now I want to do writing sample. Of course, I will just dip this beautiful OMAS nib in ink. And why not? Let's choose some funky little ink for a funky vintage 1920s fountain pen. So I will choose the pink ink, the erasable pink ink from Faber-Castell. Okay, let's bring it out. Oh, I have to prepare a little tissue. Yes, we have here the tissue. Let's shake it a bit. And I will simply dip it in this ink. Not for a long time, okay. Dip. Okay, I will remove the excess ink. Let's put it here. Remember to close the bottle. Before I will, let's clean it as good as we can. Not too much, because I need the nib to stay there. Let me show you, and let's see if it posts. Yes, it posts, and it looks like this. Quite an elegant. I don't like to post it because it can leave marks here, so I will leave it unposted. And let's see if I can change the perspective. Okay, this is for the writing sample. This is for the writing sample. Now I'm ready to do the writing sample. Remember, this isn't the original nib, but it's quite nice. Let's give it a zoom. Okay, so this is a beautiful Aurora. I think it has some residues of ink because the pink isn't such a bright pink, or maybe this was contaminated with I said with a black or a dark blue ink. Sorry about that. So usually the Faber-Castell pink ink is more light than this. Okay, an Aurora, and it is used by its acronyms ARA, ARA 3. This is a fountain pen from the 1920s. Let's say it's from 1926 because mid 1920s. Of course, everybody knows that this is from Italy. Aurora, it's a famous fountain pen company from Italy. So it appears that this material is called malted ebonite. Okay, we have a lever filler. Although you can hear some noises, this OMAS nib doesn't scratch. It just appears to be scratchy, but no. Let's show you how juicy this. Yes, you can see. So our pink, it became some purple color because of the contamination with other inks. Let's check out the springiness of this OMAS steel nib. I don't expect a lot from it, and indeed, it's just a simply OMAS steel nib with no flex. But let me tell you something about this nib. This is a quite interesting nib, and let's check out the level of pressure. So first lines without pressure, and let's do some lines with pressure. Okay, now the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Okay, so you can see quite a nice writer, and a functional writer, even without its original nib. It is a shame that I don't have the original nib, but I think I can get it for 50 euros or 100 euros. It depends. I didn't search for it on the eBay because believe me, this is quite a rare fountain pen. This is a rare Aurora fountain pen, and you know that when I try to restore them, I like to have all the original pieces, and if it is not possible, I like them to have period pieces. So a period, let's say OMAS nib, but we know that that nib is quite expensive. So guys, this was my review of wonderful, elegant Italian fountain pens from the 1920s. You got to love the Italian fountain pens. They are quite elegant. In comparison, the Germans are more simple and practical. But the Italians have that way of making it beauty, a beautiful life, not just an efficient life, but also a beautiful life. And why not? You have to enjoy even your writing instrument. There are little details specific to the 1920s, also done by jewelers in America and Europe. But you got to love these little details, and they remind us of a time, a lost time. I wasn't born, but I'm a romantic, and I always think of the good old days when life was perhaps more simple than in our days. Thank you guys for your time. If you've enjoyed this review, please subscribe to my channel to support my activity. As always, wherever you are, I wish you to have a nice day. I thank you for your time, and see you again at the next episode. Bye bye.